most incredible day as always. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my October TBR. Now last month my TBR kind of was a bit mismatched and a little bit non-thought out. However, this month I have decided to kind of really think about my choices for next month for October, if that makes sense. So I've really sort of sat down and thought what I'm going to read, what I want to read, and I have a pile of 6 books here. Now I usually do manage to get through more than 6 books, however a couple of these are a little bit more chunky, and also I feel like if I read any extras then it's more of a bonus. I don't want to overestimate how much I'm going to manage to read. So these are the ones that I have picked. I've picked 6 and I feel really confident and excited to read all of these. So without further ado, I am going to dive right in. I would love to know down below in the comments book recommendations, what books you're going to be reading this month, what you want to read, all that kind of stuff. And I also always link my Amazon wishlist down below so you guys can see what books I'm wanting to read and things like that. And I also now have a Goodreads. I don't know whether I mentioned this in a previous video, but I now have a Goodreads, which is really exciting. It's just my name, the same as on here. Add me, I'll add you back, and it's just a load of fun. So I love Goodreads now, I'm obsessed. So without further ado, I am going to dive right in. I hope you guys enjoy and carry on watching. So a lot of my books here have a theme. A lot of them are more mystery, murder, creepy sort of books. However, 2 of them not so much, but I do really want to read these 2 next month because I can't wait to read them. So I'm going to start with those and then we'll go into the more kind of mysterious, sort of thrillery-ish books, if that makes sense. So the first book that I want to read in October is Twisted Hate. Now I read Twisted Love back in August. I absolutely loved it. I read Twisted Games this past month, so that will be in my September kind of what I read video, but spoiler alert, I was obsessed with it. I love that book so much. It was absolutely brilliant, so I cannot wait to read this book. Essentially this one is about Josh, who's Ava's brother, who's in the first book, and her friend Jules, and essentially it's an enemies to lovers book. I am so incredibly excited to read this. In the second book I really loved the fact they did touch on Josh and Jules, and like they kept going missing, and like you kind of started to twig a few little bits. So I'm so excited to read this book. I kind of know what's going to happen. It's an enemies to lovers, so it is kind of obvious what's going to go down, but I love the twists and turns in Anna's books. I really enjoy them, so I cannot wait to see what this book brings, and I just love it. And I also feel like it is okay for October because it kind of looks like fire, Halloween-y vibes. That's an excuse. I just can't wait to read it, and I am reading one of these books in the series a month. So next month in November, in 2 months time, I'm going to read Twisted Lies, and that'll be the last of the series, which I'm really upset about, but I love this series, so yes, I'm very excited. Anyway, moving on from that one. We then have a really popular read, and I am a little bit scared to read this book. However, my friend Lucy, who works in Waterstones, told me that these books are very like Moorish, you can't put them down, and I'm just so excited to get this series started, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. Now I bought this I think last month from the works. It was £7. I am just really excited to get into these stories. I've heard so many good things, and because it is like a fantasy-ish sort of style book, I feel like it's great for October, so that is why I'm going to read it this sort of next month. And I've just heard really brilliant things about this book. It's not overly long, it is just over 400 pages, so it is sort of a bit more, it's a bit more chunky than the average book, I would say. My kind of comfortable reading is sort of between anywhere from like 250 to 350 pages. I sort of whiz through those, but anything bigger takes me a little bit longer, obviously, but you know what I mean. So yeah, this is another one I'm going to read. I'm so incredibly excited about it, and I've heard great things, so I can't wait to start the series. I am buzzing for that. The next book in my October TBR is Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus. Now I have read 2 of her books previously. I loved them both. It was definitely a 4 and a 5-star read for both of those. I really loved them, so I'm excited to try this one. I think this is a new kind of universe almost, because the other 2 were connected. However, I don't think this one is, if I'm correct, so I'll let you guys know, but I believe this to be the next one in the series. I got mine again from, I think I got it from the works, or did I get it online? No, I got it from the works or WH Smith's actually, but I know that WH Smith's has all of these now, this cover with the different coloured sort of edging, which I love, so all of mine match, thank goodness, because that would drive me insane. But I'm really excited about this one. I don't really know too much about it because I haven't read the blurb. I try not to if I can help it, because I love going in blind, but if it's anything like her books that I've read previously, I'm very excited. And it says Two Dead Homecoming Queens, 5 years later is The Killer Back. So I'm very excited to give this a go. Love a murder mystery, so very excited about that one. The next book is something which you're going to think, Melody, didn't you have this in your September TBR? Yes, I did. Have I read it? No, I haven't. I think because I love the first book so much, I'm so scared to read the second and third, because if I hate it, it's going to ruin that universe for me. But that is Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. Now, I know I said I was going to read this last month. This month. I haven't read it yet. I kept picking up other books. This book just... I don't know what it was about this book. I just didn't... I wasn't sort of... I don't know what it was. I wasn't excited to read it because I loved the first one so much and it didn't really leave me on a cliffhanger. I don't expect this to kind of be necessary. Does that make sense? I don't know. I am still really excited to read it and I am going to read it this month, I promise. Next month. I keep getting confused. October. This has been on my TBR for 2 months, so I need to read it this month. Do not let me have any excuses. This is going to be read this month, next month. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm not going to lie. So fingers crossed it lives up to my expectations. The next book I want to read is This Lie Will Kill You by Chelsea Pitcher. Now I picked this one up because it says if you're a fan of One of Us Is Lying, then you will love this book. I also just realised there is another one on the back called Lies Like Poison, so I think I'm going to have to add that to my Amazon wishlist because I have to get the whole of the collection. I've got a very obsessive personality, as you guys know, so I'm a little bit of a hoarder when it comes to stuff like this. But on the back it says 1 year ago there was a party. At the party someone died. Until now no one has told the truth about what happened that night. Tonight the 5 survivors arrive at an isolated mansion expecting to complete a contest with a $50,000 prize. Nobody questions the odd, rather exclusive invitation until it's too late. 5 arrived but not all can leave. Will the truth set them free or will their lies destroy them all? Wow. I'm very excited about that. Sounds brilliant. It's just under 300 pages. I'm so excited to read this one. I think I got this one from WH Smith's and it was on a buy one get one half price deal, but they do have a paperback deal at the moment, which is 2 for £12. Just in case you're wondering, I have been in there. Book haul coming soon. But yeah, I'm excited about that, so I can't wait to read that one. And the last book on my October TBR is one which I had never heard of before. I have got a few of this author's books in my Amazon wishlist thing online. I'd never heard of this book and I went into Waterstones and my friend Lucy was there and she'd just read this book and told me like a brief synopsis about the book and I was just like, you're gonna have to show me because now I feel like I need it. So this is The King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair, and essentially from what she told me it's about somebody, a woman, who gets an arranged marriage to a vampire. Love that. And she decides to assassinate the vampire, but it all goes wrong. And I just think that's really, I don't know, I'm just really looking forward to reading that. I just saw the word thrusting. Anyway, I'm very excited to read this book. I love, firstly, the cover. It's matte. It just feels great. I love a good book and this looks beautiful, so I'm really excited to give this a read. So Lucy, if you're watching, I'm very excited to read this and I will definitely let you know how many stars out of 5 I give it. By the sounds of it, I'm going to really enjoy it. So hopefully I'll like the style of writing, but that is the last book in my October TBR. So those are all of the books I am planning on reading in October. Obviously, I do want to get through all of these and maybe add a few more on, so I'll let you guys know how I get on. But I would love to know down below in the comments what you're planning on reading this month. As I said at the start of the video, I do have a Goodreads account, so if you guys want to follow me, make sure you do. I'll add you guys back and I love seeing what you guys have been reading and what you rate books. I absolutely love it, so make sure you follow me on there. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. I love you guys so incredibly much and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!